Today is a red letter day for Norwegian Cruise Line. We need to talk about some in-person muster drills coming back. We've got Southwest Airlines, huge changes there, and people are not happy about it. And Alaska 2025. I've got a couple of updates for you. Some of them are still very much in motion, but things we need to be keeping our eye on, and you're not going to want to miss out. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It is March 13th of 2025. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click that subscribe button. And if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. Let's start at the top with Norwegian Cruise Line. So it's an important day for Norwegian because they just took possession of the brand new beautiful Norwegian Aqua ship from Fincantieri shipyard. It is a really special day when a cruise line gets their new ship given to them. Officially from the shipyard. So I thought you would like to know that on March 28th, she's going to sail from Southampton over to Boston. And then on April 16th, the beautiful Norwegian Aqua is going to begin her sailings from Miami, which will be her home port. So let us know in the comments, are you looking forward to sailing on the beautiful new Norwegian Aqua? So the Aqua is 10% bigger, a whole 10th bigger than the largest ship that Norwegian currently has. So it's a big deal. It's a game changer. It's going to be fun to see how that goes. I do want to try it out, by the way. It is on my list. It's one of the things we're looking at trying to scoot in. Also, the Norwegian Luna is supposed to come about a year from now. So in in spring of 2026 is when we're expecting to get that Norwegian Luna. Now let's talk for just a minute about the ships that are going to be having that in-person muster. So for those of you new to cruising, before COVID happened, all the musters were in person. You would get on board the ship. They would let you know what time you had to go to your muster station. They would have everyone bring their life vests with them. They would show you how them worked. You put them on so that you had the practice of doing that. And then off you went to enjoy your cruise. Well, then when COVID happened, they decided that they didn't want everybody congregating any more than they had to. And so they devised the plan. They made these safety videos. And so it's been, ever since we had the comeback from COVID, we've been watching the video and then going to the muster station and having our medallion or our cruise card swiped so that they know you know where your muster station is in the event of emergency. Well, every once in a while, a ship has enough new crew on board that they have realized they need to do these in-person musters. And we have seen this on Princess. I've heard of it on Royal Caribbean as well as on Norwegian. 3 ships who are going to be sailing coming up on Carnival are also going to be doing this. So on March 16th, that sailing of the Carnival Liberty. And on March 17th, the sailings of the Conquest and the Valor are going to have in-person muster. They let the guests know so that they come prepared. And in all honesty, if everybody comes to the muster station when they're supposed to come, these really don't take a long time. The thing that is hard is when people are not coming when they're supposed to come, then they wait because they know who is supposed to be there. So let us know how those musters go on that ship. Okay, if you're on any of those ships, would like to know what you all think and how it turns out. Now, Southwest Airlines, this has been announced a few days ago, but I keep on seeing it in the news so much and such a passionate outcry from the people who fly on Southwest Airlines that I thought we should talk about it here together. I know there's a lot of us that have to fly to go on a cruise, and I know a lot of us like to fly on Southwest Airlines. So the big deal with Southwest, and they've been making some incremental changes in the last, I would say especially year or so, that has really kind of riled people up and saying, why do we sail? Why do we sail? Why do we fly on Southwest? The big change is they're going to start charging for for the checked bags. Now, up until now, people who flew on Southwest Airlines, you could check 2 bags per person for free. It was really, really nice. And so they do not have the fees posted yet on their website. I looked. It does not say how much it's going to cost to check those first 2 bags, but apparently May 28th is the day that that is going to take effect. So if you fly on Southwest Airlines starting on May 28th, if you have the Rapid Rewards A-List preferred status, or if you fly with a business select ticket, you still get your 2 bags checked for free, but otherwise you're going to be paying for those. And when I see what that fee is going to look like, I'll let you know. And if any of you here, you let me know as well. I thought it'd be kind of fun to put in the comments, do you fly on Southwest Airlines? And is this new fee for the checked bags going to make you not want to fly on Southwest Airlines? It's a really big factor in considering who you're going to fly with. Now let's start talking about Alaska for 2025. We're very excited for Alaska around here. The Alaska season is a really big deal in the cruise industry. A lot of the cruise lines have a lot of the success of their cruise line for a year tied to how they do in Alaska. And so we're going to talk about a few things here, but I'm going to talk about the headlines, and then I'm going to talk about a report I saw in US News and World Report. Alrighty, and some input there. So first of all, 2 headlines that I have seen a lot about lately in cruising. The first one, when their changes were made, that a bunch of the park rangers were fired from the National Park Service from the current administration here in the United States. I kept saying things about, maybe we're not going to be able to go see the Mendenhall Glacier because there's just going to be 1 park ranger for the whole park there. Maybe some other things aren't going to work out the way they have in the past. And when I first saw that come out, I thought to myself, hang on a minute, let's see if they figure out what they did wrong and fix it. And sure enough, park rangers have been hired back. I was thrilled to see that report. And so if you're going to Alaska in 2025, don't worry about the park ranger situation. From everything that I can find to read about it, we're back to being fine again. You can go see Mendenhall Glacier. We're going to be able to enjoy, when we go to Glacier Bay National Park, having park rangers come on and do what they have always done on these Alaska cruises. They always provide a commentary. They always bring fun stuff for people to buy if they want to. They answer questions. It's a really special day to get to go to Glacier Bay. Gordon and I are going to do that on our cruise in May, so I'll let you know how it shapes up. Now, the other thing that I just saw reported in the Anchorage Daily News, and I was like, should I talk about this or should I not talk about this? Before I talk about this, I want to remind everybody how important it is that we remember why we're here together. We are here together because we love to cruise. We love to travel. We love to see the world. We love to sail the ocean blue. We love to be on a cruise ship. And it's really fun to meet magnificent people along the way. That's why we're here together. We are not here together to argue about politics, anything like that. And so I do not tolerate political comments on my Facebook group, and I don't take them in my comments either. I want us to remember while we're here. And you know what? To go on a cruise, to enjoy talking about cruising and look forward to what we're going to do and what we're going to see, we don't have to have the same political beliefs. It just doesn't even matter. Okay, so keep that in mind. So here's what's going on. So the Anchorage Daily News is reporting that Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan says that he is going to seek a waiver to the law that requires cruise ships to stop in Canada when traveling from the lower 48 to Alaska. And so with this whole situation with the United States and Canada and tariffs, this is why he is suggesting this. So a few things about that. First of all, the Passenger Vessel Services Act is the one that restricts foreign flag ships from transporting passengers between U.S. ports. They're the ones that require the stop in a foreign port. Okay, so that's the one that they're talking about. That came back in the 1920s is when that act was instituted, and that is what requires that stop in Canada if you're going on a round-trip cruise from the United States to U.S. ports. Okay, that's kind of how that came to be. Let me tell you, I hope they don't do that because I want to go to Canada. We on our Alaska cruise this year, we have a stop in Victoria. I am so excited to stop there. We get there, it says at 7 p.m. We don't leave until about midnight, and this will give us time to do more sightseeing and go see things, which is why I go. And so I am really hopeful that they don't do that because I want to get to go see that. People can make their own choice how they want to manage, if they want to stay on the ship, if they want to get off the ship, what they want to do. But I am looking forward to getting off the ship because everywhere I go in the world, it doesn't matter to me what the political climate is. As long as it's safe to go, I want to go see places. So think about that, and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, but remember why we're all here together. Okay, now let's talk about Alaska just a little bit more, because I came across this article. U.S. News and World Report is very famous for their rankings. They rank everything from like universities to hospitals to like a lot of things. U.S. News and World Report, they like to rank them. So they ranked cruise lines to go to Alaska. And so it was kind of fun. They said that overall, the best cruise lines to go to Alaska are Holland America and Princess. Holland America has that amazing 75-year history. Princess has been there. This will be 60 years coming up, is my understanding, in 2025. And so they've both been going there a long time. They run magnificent programs on board their ships to make it a really special experience. Definitely, if you are going to immerse yourself in Alaska on all levels, and you don't care if there's a water slide on board your ship, definitely going on Holland America or Princess is the way to go. And when you try to decide between those two, it's really personal preference, right, of what experience you're going to enjoy the most, but they're very similar. But then U.S. News and World Report went a little bit further and broke it down about which cruise lines they thought were better for families, for couples, for luxury, and the best small ship expedition line. So I thought you would be interested in that. But as I tell you this, I want you to keep in mind and truly remember how important it is to choose the ship and the cruise line, so that when you go not only to Alaska, but to anywhere, you have the experience that you have. It's part of what I talked about yesterday with the Coral Princess. It is really important to keep your eye on the ball, okay? So for families, they recommend Norwegian Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. They say those are the best. And of course, it's because when you have children with you, those ships have more to do as far as like your water slide and some of those more like activities, things based on board the ship. I will say that on Princess and Holland America, they both have very robust children's club programs. They have the Junior Ranger program that they do on Glacier Bay Day. It's really amazing, so don't think it's going to be boring. The next thing is best for couples. They say Celebrity Cruise Lines, although I will say a lot of children go on Celebrity in the summertime. The best for luxury is Regent Seven Seas and Silver Sea Cruises. And then finally, the best small ship expedition line is Uncruise Adventures. When you look at the boats, the ships that are used by the Uncruise Adventures, they are very much a small boat. 75 guests can come on board, and they do. They have a lot more of the experiences that you will like kayak in a lot more places. You'll go a little bit closer to land because you can in ships that are that size, see things closer, stop at more places. Just putting that out there. If you want an adventure like you've never had before, consider some of these different ways of doing it. And same with the luxury cruise lines. They stop at places that the larger cruise lines can't stop as well, and you just have to weigh out in your mind the price difference with the experience. So let me know in the comments if you've been to Alaska, if you want to go to Alaska, what cruise lines you've sailed to Alaska before on, and what your overall experience was on board. I would love to hear about that, and it will help all of us. So thanks so much for joining me here today. It's such a pleasure to be with you. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.